the department formed a small harbours and state coastal development unit that is housed within the PMTE. So we are here because of that today. We understand that there is also another department, which is Environmental Affairs and Fisheries, that is also part of the management of small harbours. But we're coming here because of that act that was adopted by the department in 2015 to form this unit that is dealing with small harbours. I'm here with the members of the Portfolio Committee. I will introduce and the team from the Parliament that supports the Portfolio Committee. But what I want to make it clear is that we won't be here long, at the most 20 minutes here, because as the Portfolio Committee, we agreed after another visit that we took to Pretoria, where we got a report which was good and nice, but when we went out, it was a different picture altogether. So we will just hear an overview, a brief overview, and then we go out and then we come for a detailed briefing, and we will then ask questions from what we have seen and the briefing that will give us. So we are not here to listen now. We will listen after we are coming back from the harbour itself. So we are then expecting that. We apologize if the program was designed in a way that we'll get a briefing and then come back later. No, we will come back later, but we'll come back later for a detailed briefing and what we will have seen and the questions thereof. In introducing the members of the Portfolio Committee that I'm with today, on my left, it's Honourable Mjobo, who is the member of the Portfolio Committee. Honourable, next to her, Honourable Van Schalkwyk is also the member of the Portfolio Committee. Honourable Mashele, on my right, who is the member of the Portfolio Committee. Okay. Honourable Hicklin, next to him, who is also the member of the Portfolio Committee. We then have Honourable Shelley Makoto. She has joined us as an alternate to the member that we usually go with. So that is why I am like stuttering when I'm presenting her name. And then on my far left, it's Honourable Matebula, who is also the member of this Portfolio Committee. That is the members of the Portfolio Committee. We also have a team from the support of the Parliament that is supporting this Portfolio Committee. I think they will introduce themselves. I understand that the department is also here. So with those few words, I was welcoming you all and introducing the team that we are with today. On the extreme left, it's Miss Inez, who is our researcher, Miss Sitabi, who is our assistant, Miss Faith Ndenze, who is from Communications in Parliament, Miss Martinez, who is our committee secretary, and Mr. Denzin, who is our content advisor. That is the team that we are with today. Thank you so much. I don't know who is leading the harbour. Oh, okay. Let's start with the department. Yeah, you can introduce everyone.
Function of small stakeholder, Sea Harvest, who is one of our biggest tenants in the harbour. I will ask that they also introduce themselves. On my right, Honorable Chair, is Ms. Pukuka Penga, who is the regional manager for the Cape Town region in the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure. On my left is Mr. Solin Chwane, who is the Director Real Estate Management Services from Head Office, responsible for the leases. Next to him is Mr. Dumisani Klebela, who is also the Acting Director in the region, responsible for the lease portfolio. On the right of RM is Susie Valentine, also from the Cape Town Regional Office within the UCA. We call it user utilization component of the leases. And then behind me is Batabile Mulope, who's our liaison on parliamentary issues from head office in the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure. And I give to you my colleague from DFFP to introduce the team.
Hi, morning honorable members. My name is Andrea Bernard-Cedar. I'm the Acting Director for Harbour Management. Our DDG Fisheries Management sends apologies, but she already had a standing committee for the DHFP Portfolio Committee, which is today. I'd also like to introduce our Acting Deputy Director, Mr. Nomonde Simon, and our Harbour Master, the Dibuya, Mr. Quinda, who were taking a tour and showing you the harbour from a technical aspect. Thank you.
Colleagues from the municipality.
I'll stand up a bit short. I'm Cornel Cook. I'm from Saldanha Bay Municipality. I'm the Director for Economic Development and Strategic Services. And I would be remiss to not welcome you to our beautiful municipal area, to your honourable delegation. So welcome in our area. We're glad to receive you on behalf of Saldanha Bay Municipality. I'm representing obviously the municipality. Our municipal manager and our honourable mayor is not able to attend due to previous commitments. On my right, I also have Marius Meiden, who is in my department and is responsible for strategic projects for the municipality. He has been working with public works on several other projects, so you might remember the names for other projects that we've been engaging on.
My name is Maxwell Moss. I'm a community activist. I'm also a stakeholder when it comes to the using of the harbour.
Good morning.
Austin Gombera is assisting me, as you can see. I need extra seated.
All the honourable members, my name is Sandra Clapton. I'm the Deputy Mayor of the West Coast District, and I also live in Lively, so small harbours are very close to my heart.
Good morning, everyone. Chair, honourable members, all protocol observed. I'm Kali Low, Speaker, West Coast District Municipality, and I'm staying in Matsikama, and we also got a small harbour, Wollongong. So nice to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. As I indicated earlier, we really appreciate the presence of the leadership of the district municipality, the speaker and the MECO member. We really appreciate your presence and the local municipality. I think others are expected to be here, all of them. And also the member of the community, the stakeholders, we really appreciate your presence. As I indicated earlier, that the presentation should be very brief now. We want a detailed presentation when we are from the site. That would be good, because we would have seen firsthand, so we will then be able to link the presentation and what we have seen. So we can just maybe be given a brief overview of what is happening, where from here, so that we come back, we are ready to engage the presentation.
Honorable Chair, thank you. We will just readjust because we thought we will take the members through the presentation. So between ourselves and the DFFP, we have a presentation. But in terms of the work that we did in the harbour, I will start right from the entrance. I'm sure members, as they walk in, they could see the infrastructure in terms of the boom gates that we have constructed, the walk path for the pedestrian. We have done the drop-off point for the taxis right at the entrance. Then moving down towards the harbour itself, what we have done, you will see, members will see the new slipway. The original slipway was 600 tonnage, was able to carry vessels up to 600 tonnage. We have increased the slipway. It now can carry up to 1,200 ton, the big vessels. The harbour master was sharing with me that last month or so there was a 900 tonnage vessel that was here. So we will show you some of the vessels are currently in the slipway and they are being repaired. So some of the ships now will not go all the way to Cape Town, but they can dock here and they can be repaired from here up to the level of 1,200 tonnage. We have also removed sunken vessels. There were a number of sunken vessels in the harbour. We'll show you some of them. The harbour master was telling me that there's 3 new sunken vessels that have now are clogging the harbour. We've done a lot of security upgrades within the harbour. We have installed security cameras. There's a security room. All this will be shown. We have revamped the winch room. We have also revamped all the related infrastructure within the harbour, which we will show to the members. So this was phase 0 of the project. We put the project into different phases. The bigger scope of phase 1, phase 2, it included the other infrastructure, which included the quay. We will show you as we walk what is the quay look like. So currently, Sea Harvest, they are occupying about 50,000 square meterage of the harbour. They are the biggest tenant. I think they've got more than 1,600 employees within this plant here. So we will just walk about here. We'll do the walkabout and just show the site. We will not go inside the quay itself, but 40% of the quay is currently damaged. We are in discussion with Sea Harvest because the old contract had lapsed. They are now on a month-to-month lease agreement. We have received all the documents that we have requested from them in terms of the social impact, their audited financial statement, because the lease that they were currently paying was below the market rate. So we are now negotiating with them in terms of the new lease arrangement. I must say that has taken a bit long because in the process, honorable members, they maintained the key, which was supposed to have been maintained by the department. So we just must make sure that we find one another on the figures. We had a meeting with them last week as well as this morning in terms of the process. That is the one major outstanding area. The other areas that members will see, there are a number of vacant lots that some business have closed down within the harbour. Some of the tenants have just left the buildings. They were dilapidated. We are in the process, as we have reported in a number of portfolio committees, that there is a new lease framework that we have developed. So we will brief the members of what is the plan in terms of those vacant lots. We have since moved and have received some of the proposals, and we are in the going to be issuing an RFP, a request for proposals formally with those lots. And we will then be getting a private sector to come back and invest. The one area which we will show members, and I think the harbour master will talk about it, within the harbour itself, there's an area that defense is responsible for. And it's an area where we feel that some of the users are supposed to be paying money. And the vessels and the ships are staying there without us generating money. But they are in the space that is currently controlled by the Navy. So the discussion with defense have not yielded some positive feedback around that area. We are currently working with the DFFE for the user asset management plans for all the harbours, because as part of the maintenance, actually last month, honourable members, the projects that we're going to show you, the defect and liability period ended 31st March last month. So we now must take over the maintenance, both ourselves and DFFE. But the harbour master will indicate what they are collecting, because whatever rates of charging people that are using the slipway, that money goes to DFFE, doesn't come to Public Works. They are supposed to be paying a portion of that money to us so that we continue maintaining the infrastructure. So the user asset management plan will talk in detail later in the presentation. But we are also benchmarking with the private harbour of Cape Town, for an example, just to pull the ship from the ocean into the slipway. There is a fee that is being charged to pull the vessel into the slipway and to pull it back into the sea. There's a fee. But with DFFE rates, there's just a once-off rate, which is far less than what we can benchmark. So those are the discussions that we are having with the DFFEs as our sister department. Members are aware that our responsibility in the harbour is insofar as the infrastructure as well as the land parcels that we are leasing the space. But the actual management of the harbour is done by the sister department, which is the DFFE. So they control all the operations. So that's the partnership that we have. But we will be willing to take members through. I think, Quinta, if we can start walking this way so that we can show them the sea harvest key, and then we will walk up. I'm sure members have got comfortable here, because we will walk up. It's quite a big harbour, this one. right up to the entrance. So we'll take them through. Maybe from the entrance we can then come back to your office and then we can show them the actual winch room and the footage, as well as the generator that we've put a new generator in the harbour as part of the work. There's a couple of snag that are outstanding with the contractor, honourable members. We supposed to have put the kiosk and charge the users money to electricity to charge the boats. So that is one area that is still outstanding. We are thinking now of terminating because the contractor is no longer interested in that part of the work. And it's work that we need to finalize in terms of the snag, but the harbour master can talk to some of the areas that are still outstanding. In the last visit, they've indicated that there are blind spots to the security. We have agreed that we will look at the remaining amount of the contract value and see if we can add additional cameras. But our take, honourable members, is that yes, we can add cameras, but currently there's nobody that is manning the security and the cameras, which is the responsibility of the DFFE. But they'll talk to that in terms of the plans, what they are planning, and how we can then work together. So I will pause there for now. I'll check from my colleagues in DFFE if there's anything that you want to highlight to the members before we can take the walk.
I think I'll do it after the walk.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you so much, TTG, for this brief information that will assist us as we walk around. I think we are all ready to walk. We were aware that we are coming to a harbour, so at least we dressed appropriately. So we will definitely walk.
It's a bit chilly as well. Members have got coats as we walk around.
Okay.
Quinta, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to add that the harbour is sort of like divided into two sections, wherein this side is called Saldanha Bay, and then you've got also Harbour Bay, where we had also done the repairs and the upgrades. So I just don't know if we're gonna only focus on Saldanha, or are we gonna also have a look at Harbour Bay as well?
There's two harbours here, honourable members. There's Saldanha and then there's Harbour Bay. It's two separate harbours, but they are managed by the same harbour master. We thought the visit is Saldanha, so we planned around Saldanha. But if we've got time, it's just that because of the logistic, we'll have to drive across. Maybe we can just do Saldanha and then we can come back.
Okay. Okay. So we'll walk now to this area that we are in. Then we'll see whether. Okay. Members want to drive and see that one also. Okay, no, that's good.
May I ask a question? Are our bags safe to leave here?
Yes.
Let's take them to
It
the
is
car.
safe.
Or are we going to take them to the cars?
Yes.
While I carry on.
Ah,
I know your crisis.
Okay.
We can start walking.
You want to contest me?
I'm just asking.
Don't attempt.
The